Today we're going to be talking about Mars by Fritz Zorn. Okay, so Fritz Zorn was the pseudonym of Fritz Angst. He was born in Melun, Switzerland, 1944, and died in Zurich, Switzerland, 1976, at the age of 32. His name, his pseudonym, literally means Freddy Anger in German. He chose this name because he felt it described his life story, which was filled with angst and disappointment due to his home life. He worked primarily as a middle school teacher of German and French in Switzerland, but he got a cancer diagnosis, which led to him writing Mars, his autobiography. Okay, so Mars was written and published posthumously in 1977. He opens up the book with the fact that he got a cancer diagnosis. So this was him sort of meditating on his life to think about what went so wrong for him to live a life full of unfulfillment. He primarily blames his family for the cause of his misfortunes because he describes his parents as being harmonious, um, meaning that they would not do anything that would cause any form of conflict. Um, this extended to their friends, their kids, their work life, even in just small talk. They would completely avoid anything that would cause an argument to form, even if it's just in lighthearted conversation. This led to a childhood full of dismissing any form of serious discussion about anything, which Zorn describes as stunting his development. But because he developed this demeanor on life from his parents, he became very studious and became one of the smartest kids at his school. But that led to him living a life of fraudulence. He describes in a very specific passage, he recounts having a girl over at his house. And when he asked her about her favorite type of music, she she said pop, specifically the American kind. His response to that was immediate disgust because he believed classical music to be indicative of having good taste. And this sort of led him down the path of absorbing anything that any critic or anyone praised, essentially parroting the common consensus. He also describes his entire childhood and adult life as lacking in all forms of human connection. He says that he lacked any form of sexuality or humor or social connections. And even as a teacher, he would just go about his day without really understanding his purpose in the world. The first two sections are very repetitive. He constantly repeats the fact that his parents were absolutely harmonious in their treatment of discussion. But again, his outlook on life does seem to be built on angst. Despite being a 30-year-old man, he does have a lot of anger for his parents because of this. And this leads him to develop this nihilistic view on life where he sees the impermanence of all things and argues that he deserves to have cancer and cancer is actually a blessing to him in disguise because it would finally free him from this world in which he has no connection in. If I'm being honest, I don't know if I would recommend this book to anyone solely due to the fact that it's pretty bland despite his unique circumstance. And I don't think his family life is a very common occurrence. He tries to say that this feeling is probably felt by a lot of other people, which is definitely true, but I don't think anyone has lived a life quite like him. So in that regard, I guess it's worth checking out. But I think it does just sort of go downhill as you go along. I think I summarized the main essence of his points pretty well. Yeah.